Hi, it's Krishna Day here with a quick live video tip. As you might see from the title of this stream, this is a new feature I wanted to share with you. We talked about this on my show, The Livestream Insiders, a few weeks ago about this feature coming, and it's only just become available to me. And I wanted to let you know in case you've got live streams that are going on in the week ahead. Now, I'm going to do my best to check out the comments a little later on, but I just want to take you through a very, very quick tutorial in terms of how you can use this. So what am I talking about? I'm talking about the opportunity for you to simultaneously live stream to more than one page. Before you go live, you're going to set this up. And so this means that you don't need any other tools. I'm doing this on desktop. I don't yet see this available on mobile for my page, but I am doing it on desktop. And I also did it for my live stream just a few minutes ago, I should say, probably about an hour ago, when I had my weekly show called Livestream Insiders. So I want to take you through a few tips, and I'm going to check out comments in just a moment. So thank you so much for joining me if you're here watching live or on the replay. So the idea here is when you go to your Facebook page and you go to your settings, what you'll see, in fact, when you go to do your live stream, you might find something like this. And this is what I saw. So you're going to depend on what tool you're using for live streaming. I'm, in fact, using BlueJeans here, but you will probably see something very similar where it gives you the prompt to put the title and the description in and your tags for your stream. And right at the top, it will give you this prompt to say new cross post. So to enable that, you might already have been cross-posting video content. So as an example, I have my Facebook page, Krishna Day. I have my weekly show, Livestream Insiders. When I do a live stream on either one of them that's relevant, or when I actually have video content that's relevant, I've been enabled in terms of perhaps to have it cross-posted. So that means any content, any live stream after the event could be actually shared natively. All of the metrics come back into the main page, but it means that it doesn't look like a shared post. So that's great for a replay of a live stream, but how good would it be to be able to do that live? So this is what you're going to see here in terms of this new feature. You should be able to see a prompt there to say adjust your settings. So let me take you through a couple of screenshots. You're going to go into your Facebook page, and on your Facebook page you're going to go to settings. When you go to settings, you're going to look down the left-hand side and it'll have the feature there for cross-posting. So if you've already enabled some pages there to cross-post your content to, you'll see it. What's different is what I've actually got there highlighted with that arrow. It actually says your live videos. So previously it didn't have that area there. Let me give you a closer screenshot of that. So what happens is you now can actually enable to cross-post when you go live. So in this particular case, I actually have got it that I wanted it to be automatically. So you can set that up so you can enable automatically that cross-posting happens when you live stream. You can also set it up to be manual. So what we're doing here, we're going to settings, we're going to the cross-posted video. You're going to add a page in there that you want to cross-post to. So this would be particularly relevant if you're working with partners, if you're working with influencers, and they have to accept the video that actually they want to be able to accept that they want to cross-post that live stream as well. So you would add them, and then they will get a notification that then they can accept. Once that's happened, though, you also see that opportunity to not just cross-post video that's been recorded, but also to cross-post your live streams. That means that when you go live, you will immediately go live to the 2, the 4, the 10 pages that you've enabled to cross-post to. Now, I'm only seeing this feature available at the moment on my desktop. I don't see it enabled in terms of if I was to start a live stream from my mobile device. One of the things that you'll see then is, for example, when I showed you that screenshot earlier on, it actually had the prompt. So whilst I'd enabled cross-posting, I still also had to just turn that on in terms of when I was doing a stream earlier today. And so I actually got that prompt and I turned on that I wanted to be able to actually share that in terms of that live video, so to be able to stream at the same time. If you're finding this tip helpful, please do share it. I'm not seeing anybody else talking about this feature. My colleague and I, for Livestream Insiders, we talked about it a couple of weeks ago. I got access to this week, and I actually have done a live stream and tested that out already with it. One of the things I can tell you is that because, well, it depends on the software you use, you actually will need to make sure that you've got somebody watching the comments on those pages. Because, for example, on my situation where I'm actually sharing content in terms of using Blue Jeans, we actually don't see the content actually in terms of the comments coming up. So it depends on the platform you're using whether or not you're going to see comments. And so that's just one thing to be aware of. And what I did notice is that you actually, could go into, for example, on my mobile app, I was just switching between my Facebook Pages app in terms of one page to another. But it's even better if you've got somebody adminning those pages for you in terms of being able to identify any comments, respond to them, and obviously bring that commentary into the live stream. So talking about that, I'm actually going to have a quick look here in terms of on my Facebook page, just to see if there are any comments that are coming in around this quick tip. As I said, I don't typically do more than one live stream in a day, and I wanted to make sure that I gave you this quick tip because I know that many people might be live streaming in the week ahead, so they actually want to be able to use this new feature. So let me just see, I'm not seeing any comments here at the moment. I do hope you found this tip of assistance. I just wanted to bring you a very fast live stream, very quick live stream today to be able to show you how to do this in terms of when you're streaming from your page. Now you can simulcast, simultaneously live stream to multiple pages. It looks like a native live stream. So whatever the title and the description of that live stream is on your main page that you set up, that's what's going to appear in the other pages as well. But also those pages need to therefore manage those comments. What I want to do is just also let you know that I have a weekly show where we cover lots of live stream tips. It typically goes for about half an hour or so. But if you really want to have the cliff notes, the bite-sized nuggets of practical tips and ideas, then I've got a new feature that I've just launched, a new service I've just launched called Livestream News. It's been available for about a week or so. It's via Alexa. So if you're using Alexa, you can subscribe to Livestream News in the US, in the UK, in Canada, in the Indian Amazon store, and also in Australia. But if you follow that link there of krishna.me/LSN, that takes you also to a curation. So it doesn't matter if you've missed my daily briefing. I have to say I do it about twice a week with a quick tip. It's about 2 minutes to 5 minutes long. That's all, just to give you the headline, practical ideas and tips for your live streaming. The ideas are inspired usually from Livestream Insiders, my weekly show. I just wanted to give you another quick way to get access. However, if you want to get the archives of the tips that I'm talking about, go over to krishna.me/LSN and you'll find the audio tips there. There's lots of more things I'm going to be doing in the future, but that's the highlight I wanted to give you of what Livestream News is like at this point in time. If you do have questions about live video, you can find me at krishna.me/meeting, and you can actually schedule a conversation with me there. And also, if you want to get my tutorials, you'll find lots of live video tutorials over at krishna.me. You'll find me on Krishna Day at Facebook, where I'm streaming from today. You'll also find me on Twitter at Krishna Day. And let me know what you think of this new way of actually being able to actually attract more people to actually your shows. I hope this sets you off with some good tips for you to be able to implement. And do check out your Facebook page to see on your settings when you go to cross-posting if you've got access to this new way for you actually to get simulcasting to other pages. I think this is going to be fantastic for those of you who are working in collaborations, working with influencers, or like me, who actually have multiple pages that are also interested in the similar topic, and particularly when I'm partnering with somebody for a live event. I think it's worthwhile you having a look at the new feature to cross-post your live streams. I don't see any comments here at the moment. I will check at the end in terms of if I've missed anything, in case comments aren't working on my mobile device. But thank you so much for being with me here for this very quick Talking Social Business live stream news update. I hope you have a great week in terms of live streaming, and let me know how you find using this new feature to simulcast your live streams to multiple pages natively within Facebook, using your desktop and without having to use any third-party tools. Yes, there are third-party tools that allow you to stream to multiple pages at the same time. This is something that Facebook themselves have approved, and so therefore you're not going to get into trouble with Facebook police. Thanks again for watching. I look forward to hearing how you put this new feature to work for your live streams.